Sarah sat at her cluttered desk, her fingers dancing across the keyboard as she crafted another chapter of her fanfiction. Her room was adorned with posters and memorabilia of Swedish girls, the artist duo comprising Mira Berg and Josefin Zachrisson. Their conceptual and experimental approach to art had been the inspiration for Sarah's own creative endeavors, guiding her through her teenage years and now into her 20s. Her fanfiction, titled Between Milan and Stockholm, was a labor of love, a homage to the duo that had influenced her so deeply. In it, Mira and Josefin embarked on a fantastical journey, merging their lives between Milan and Stockholm, uncovering hidden layers of their own artistry through magical objects and installations. Sarah had meticulously researched their works and interviews to make her story as immersive and true to their vision as possible. Tonight, Sarah was particularly excited. She had just reached the climactic scene where Mira and Josefin would face their greatest challenge yet, a mysterious art collector who threatened to exploit their creations for personal gain. She paused for a moment, staring at the blinking cursor on her screen, imagining how her readers would react to this twist. As she began to type, her phone buzzed with a notification. It was a message from her friend, Lily, who was also a die-hard fan of Swedish girls. "Hey Sarah, did you see the latest interview with Mira and Josefin? They mentioned fanfiction." Sarah's heart skipped a beat. She quickly opened her browser and found the interview. As she watched, her excitement grew. Mira and Josefin were discussing their fans and the impact of their work. "We've seen some incredible stories inspired by our art," Mira said, her eyes twinkling. "It's amazing to see how people interpret our installations and objects in their own unique ways. There was one story, in particular, between Milan and Stockholm, that really resonated with us." Sarah gasped, her hands flying to her mouth. They were talking about her story. "Yes," Josefin added, smiling. "The writer captured the essence of our conceptual approach and the duality of our lives between two cities. It felt like reading a continuation of our own artistic journey." Tears of joy welled up in Sarah's eyes. She couldn't believe that her idols had not only read her work but had also found it worthy of mention. Overwhelmed, she typed a quick response to Lily, her fingers trembling. "I can't believe it. They read my story. This is the best day of my life." Lily's reply came almost instantly. "I know, right? You deserve it, Sarah. Your writing is amazing." Buoyed by this newfound validation, Sarah returned to her story with renewed vigor. She poured her heart and soul into the climactic scene, ensuring that every word carried the emotion and intensity she felt. Hours passed in a blur, and before she knew it, the sun was rising. As she finished the chapter, she leaned back in her chair, exhausted but elated. Her eyes drifted to the posters on her wall, where Mira and Josefin's artworks surrounded her. Their creativity had given her so much, and now, in some small way, she had given something back. Sarah uploaded the new chapter and wrote a brief author's note, thanking her readers for their support and sharing her unbelievable experience of the night. Within minutes, comments started pouring in, each one filled with congratulations and excitement. As she read through the messages, a new idea began to form in her mind. She would write a sequel to Between Milan and Stockholm, exploring new dimensions of Mira and Josefin's art and their journey. With Mira and Josefin's acknowledgement, she felt a surge of inspiration and confidence. Sarah smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude and joy. She was just an ordinary fan, writing in her small room, but her words had reached her idols. And in that moment, she knew that anything was possible. The sequel to Sarah's fanfiction, Between Milan and Stockholm, was a bold step into uncharted territory. It delved deeper into the hidden layers of Mira and Josefin's relationship, exploring the unspoken desires that simmered beneath the surface of their artistic collaboration. Sarah sat at her desk, her heart pounding with anticipation. This chapter was crucial. She wanted to capture the delicate balance between the duo's creative synergy and the mounting sexual tension that threatened to consume them. Chapter 1, The Edge of Desire. Mira and Josephine stood in their Milan studio, surrounded by unfinished installations and sketches. The air was thick with the scent of paint and the weight of unspoken words. They had been working late into the night, their usual rhythm disrupted by a lingering, electric tension. "Mira," Josephine said softly, breaking the silence. "Do you ever feel like there's something we're not saying? Something we're holding back?" Mira looked up from her work, her eyes meeting Josephine's. "Yes," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "I feel it every time we're together. It's like there's a barrier we can't cross, even though we both want to." Josephine took a step closer, her breath hitching. "What if we could cross it? What if we let ourselves feel everything we're afraid to?" Myra's heart raced as she closed the distance between them. "Josephine, her words were cut off as Josephine's lips brushed against hers, a tentative, searching kiss that quickly deepened. It was as if all the pent-up emotions, the years of unspoken longing, finally found their release. They pulled back, breathless, staring at each other with wide eyes. "Is this really happening?" Mira asked, her voice trembling. Josephine nodded, her fingers tracing the line of Myra's jaw. "Yes. This is real. And it's just the beginning." Chapter 2, Crossing the Threshold. Over the next few weeks, their relationship evolved in ways neither of them had anticipated. Their art became more intense, each piece a testament to the passion they had unlocked. But it was their stolen moments alone that lingered in their minds and fueled their creativity. One evening, in their Stockholm loft, Mira and Josephine found themselves alone again, the city lights casting a soft glow through the windows. They had just finished an emotionally charged installation, and the air between them crackled with anticipation. "Mira," Josephine whispered, her voice thick with desire. "I can't stop thinking about you. About us." Myra's breath caught in her throat. "I feel the same way. Every moment we're apart feels like an eternity." Josephine's eyes darkened with intensity as she took Myra's hand and led her to the bedroom. They stood at the edge of the bed, hearts pounding in unison. "Are you sure about this?" Josephine asked, her voice trembling with vulnerability. Mira cupped Josephine's face in her hands, her eyes locked on hers. "I've never been more sure of anything in my life." With that, they tumbled onto the bed, their bodies entwined in a dance of passion and discovery. Every touch, every kiss, was a revelation, a testament to the depth of their feelings. They moved together with a rhythm that was both urgent and tender, exploring each other's bodies with reverence and hunger. As they lay together afterward, limbs tangled and hearts still racing, a sense of peace settled over them. They had crossed the threshold, and there was no going back. But they knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, their bond stronger than ever. Sarah leaned back in her chair, a satisfied smile on her face. She had poured her heart into this chapter, capturing the raw intensity of Mira and Josephine's evolving relationship. As she uploaded the new installment, she couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement. Her readers had been clamoring for this moment, and she couldn't wait to see their reactions. The comments came in almost immediately, filled with praise and anticipation for what was to come. Sarah felt a warm glow of satisfaction. She had done justice to Mira and Josephine's story, and she knew that their journey was far from over. There were still many layers to explore, many secrets to uncover. With renewed inspiration, Sarah began outlining the next chapter, eager to continue weaving the tale of Mira and Josephine's love and artistry. She was just an ordinary fan, writing in her small room, but her words had reached her idols and now, they were reaching countless others. And in that moment, she knew that anything was possible.